Hello, my name is Terry. This video will cover our investigation of Ashmore Estates, which was on April 1st, 2017. This was our first ghost hunt of 2017. This was my first trip to the Ashmore Estates. Others in our group had been to this location before. We have less footage from this location than comparable locations, mostly because it was the first time at this location and you're at a disadvantage. I left this next clip in because I just wanted to let you see what we have to sort through when we do our review of footage. We reviewed this and it's clearly just a natural causes because there's no evidence of anything paranormal going on. But when we were there at the time, we couldn't dismiss the possibility that an object had been thrown. Had we played back the video and seen something being thrown horizontally and striking the ground, it would have been clear that it was paranormal. But since no object in the video can be seen at all, it has to be reviewed as just the most likely thing that it was, is something from the ceiling fell and hit the ground, probably just debris. Science won't accept it as a possibility, so therefore someone like Mel-Meter Shadow something, a rock may have fallen on the ceiling.
Yeah, that's what it kind of sounds like.
But it could have been something that was thrown too. Hard to know.
Yeah.
While our group was on the third floor, we went into one of these rooms on the third floor. You can see us at the other end where the camera is situated. We heard the sound of women's footsteps going across the floor. We can't explain this. There were no women on the floor at this time, and we were the only ones on the third floor at all. You mean he was struggling with the patients?
No,
or with his home life?
Like a little bit of both, like he was just, he wasn't happy.
The following clip contains two EVPs. The first one is a male voice screaming. The second one is of a voice saying, "Help me." And if you listen very carefully in the first original version of the clip, you'll hear it say, "Help me," twice. The first version is extremely faint and you probably won't catch it. The second version is the one I made a duplicate of and repeated 3 times afterwards.
So it was basically, even after death, it was still being,
Yeah.
it was still being.
Change the temperature. Never mind.
Yeah, you remember you both turned and looked at this exact
It
same.
heard like a pop. Or
Yeah.
So you heard a popping sound.
Yeah.
Like that gravel or that little piece of dust or whatever hitting the ground, it sounded like it came from over there.
Yep, okay. Just note to camera, check this. I check this stuff out. We'll see what happens. So the one I check this stuff out. check this stuff out. check this stuff out. check this stuff out. One interesting fact about the Ashmore is many people say that when they play video excerpts of paranormal activity in the little theater area they have on the second floor, that it stimulates the activity. I had my camera on the third floor, and while they're playing an excerpt from what I believe is Children of the Grave 2 down at this theater below, an EVP voice up on the third floor can be heard saying, "Help me," in a very hollowed out voice. see a red laser grid. It's composed of horizontal and vertical laser beams. This is the device that I used to project it onto the wall. It's very faint because the batteries are on the verge of going out. But something interesting occurs. If you look to the far right side of this red grid, one of the vertical lines becomes extremely luminous. Its increase in volume compared to the rest of the laser grid just grows enormously. I've noticed that when paranormal activity is occurring, it reacts with lasers, and whatever these entities are, they don't appear to be able to hide from laser light. This was recorded on the 3rd floor. While several people are talking down the hallway, an EVP voice, it's a male voice, speaks up, and it says, "Look at me." In the following clip, you'll hear a male EVP voice speaking in a very guttural tone. There are also people speaking downstairs which are clearly differentiated from this EVP voice. The following clip was recorded on the 2nd floor by the nurse's station. In it, you'll hear the sound of a male voice speaking in a very guttural voice saying, "Help me."
Do you think they were both here at the same